In this video, we'll be going over how to make this. It's a fresh pasta dish that utilizes many techniques that we've covered in the past, including how to make your own pancetta and also how to make fresh pasta from scratch. Some of the other ingredients that we work into this are going to be techniques that we've covered in the past too. So this will serve as sort of like a final for you, like a final exam for you to help test your skills, because we have the julienne onion, the minced garlic, the house-cured pancetta, which we just cut into some cubes here, some tomato concasse, which we also have a video on, some fava beans that have been blanched and peeled properly, some basil chiffonade, and also just some lemon wedges that are going to help with the acidity of the dish. Some dry white wine, and of course our freshly made pasta. So as you can see, this one singular dish is going to utilize a bunch of different techniques that we covered in the past. So it's going to give you a chance to really sort of hone your skills while only making one singular dish. So to the bottom of a cold saute pan, you're going to add enough white wine just to cover your julienne onions, your cubed pancetta, and then you're going to turn on the high flame and cover with a lid. Now in a separate pot right next to it, you're going to get some boiling water going and add enough salt, normally speaking, so that it tastes as salty as the ocean. But because we have the pancetta in this dish, you want to undersalt slightly. Now, once the pancetta and the onions have had a chance to steam together, you're going to remove the lid and reduce out the white wine until it's almost completely gone. And you're going to notice that some of the fat from the pancetta has begun to render out. To this, you're going to add your minced garlic and a little bit of extra fat. I like to use olive oil here, but you can also use just a little bit of canola oil or clarified butter. Now, in your pot right next to your saute pan, you're going to drop in some sort of basket insert. Here I just have a regular pasta basket. You're going to drop your pasta into that basket and boil for about 1 to 2 minutes. Fresh pasta cooks extremely quickly, so there's no need to cook it that much. Meanwhile, in the land of pancetta and onions, it's starting to look beautiful. We got some pancetta starting to render out its fat, and the onions are starting to get some color. Now it's time to bring the dish together. You're going to take your pasta pot and drizzle a little bit of that excess water that's cleaning the pasta pot into your pasta pan or into your pancetta pan with the onions. And this is going to deglaze the pan, but also be the basis for your sauce. This starchy water is going to help thicken your sauce and coat your pasta. Now, at this point, everything is cooked, so it's all just rapid fire from here. The fava beans have already been blanched. The tomato concasse has already been blanched. You're just going to add those in and toss them around just long enough to heat the tomato concasse and the fava beans together. Now, if your pasta seems a little bit dry and things are sticking to the bottom of the pan, add in a tiny bit more of your starchy pasta water and go ahead and give it a couple of good flips or stirs. And this is going to help release all the flavor from the pan and coat your pasta evenly. I like to finish with a little bit of a good olive oil and some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now, the added acidity from the lemon is going to help cut through the inherent saltiness of the pancetta. Now from there, you're done. You're just going to plate into a pasta bowl, and some people are going to get mad because I'm using tongs, but hey, whatever. And to this, you're going to garnish with a little bit of your basil chiffonade, which is going to add a nice fresh herbiness to the dish. I like to use a little bit of red chili flakes to add some heat and some depth, and also that heat is going to help counterbalance the saltiness of the pancetta, as well as this freshly cracked black pepper. Now you'll notice that I'm not using pecorino or romano, which are both hard cheeses that are normally grated over pasta, but they are salty in themselves, so I don't want to add any more salt to this dish because of the pancetta. For more information on these techniques, check out this episode's show notes at stellaculinary.com/TCD5.